Joker chose me.
That's because he knew you were stupid. So he made his move because he knew that you wouldn't do your own research.
And he was right.
And now you're wrecked.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Gonna go over an interesting project today called Stacktical. It's very different. It's very niche and focused. Um, it's kind of like an insurance against downtime, or also a reward system. It's um, it's very commercial based, very commercial based. But it's actually not that complicated. Um, I'll go over it first. Before I do, I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching the video. Please hit the like button, crush the likes. I really appreciate it, and also leave a comment. I really enjoy interacting with y'all. Okay, let's get into Stacktical. I've been really interested, especially in blockchain with in the insurance industry. Um, I'm actually involved with a lot of projects. Um, I'm actually a high-level member of the team on a few projects, and I haven't done videos on those projects. I don't know, be like kind of self-grandizing or what, but I guess I should. I mean, I'm glad to be a part of them, but I have a really big background in insurance and finance. Um, so this was something I thought was very interesting, but I'm also the chief commercial officer of the first blockchain and AI insurance company. Um, but I'll probably do a video on that here in the next week or so. Now on Stacktical, it is a way for customers to earn tokens when their online services go down, whatever those services might be. Then also a way for the company to track and promote their product or their service, because they have a way of scoring it and can show their downtime. They haven't had downtime, whether it's an exchange or whatever. Um, and it pays out in the DSLA token. They are in ICO sale now. They've raised quite a bit. I think over $1,070,000, which in this market is amazing. Actually, just the 70,000 is really doing well. But they've already bypassed their soft cap and heading towards their hard cap. Stacktical helps online service providers transparently commit to a certain quality of service, and if they don't meet that quality of service, then it would automatically settle the dispute with the users and award them in the DSLA tokens. So it'll lower their costs because they won't have to have customer service reps, kind of arguing with angry clients. I haven't had this; it's been down for a day. I should be compensated. And they're like, well, let me see. Talk to my manager and see if we can. It's just all automated, all automatic. Um, Customers will get automatically compensated in DSLA tokens for slowdowns, downtimes, and other service failures. You can crowdfund your cancellation fees, negotiate better quality of service by staking your DSLA tokens. Now, the second part is for employees. Like I said, a reward system for like QA, quality assurance, for like those customer service reps and other employees meeting their metrics. They can get rewarded in DSLA tokens for meeting their service level objectives or SLOs, and enforcing great SRE and help desk practices if you need to call for support. All that kind of stuff that you have to give surveys for after you call someone. As long as they meet those metrics, then they would get awarded in their DSLA tokens. Effortless service level agreements. Implement a fully fledged service credit system for your organization to settle user disputes automatically to boost your employee morale dynamically. You decentralized the SLA, our revolutionary way to manage expectations for your stakeholders. They do have an MVP. If you click on it, it will take you there. It's pretty cool. And you can also see the public ledger. If you can deploy it, but you got to connect your MetaMask for that. So I'm not doing that, but you can if you want to. That's a white paper which I will go over. Automatic downtime compensation, an escrow of DSLA tokens that is automatically depleted according to good and bad service levels. Now, this is a cool thing with your DSLA tokens. Once you've got them for whatever reason, if you're an employee or if you are a customer, then you can do either withdraw them to your wallet. They'll be tradable on exchanges like any crypto, but they can have a marketplace where you can exchange your DSLA tokens for additional services or collectibles. That will have a also you can offer the business can offer its own services, like just throwing it out there, like if it's a cable company, you could get free HBO for a month or a discount on something or a pay-per-view, I don't know, but whatever the company is, they could put something on the marketplace and then use the DSLA tokens to pay for it, to reward for it. Project's been around for a while. Started back in Q1 of 2016. They, like I said, I think they're in the last stage of their ICO now. Q4 platform enabling companies to management their service level objectives and agreements. And then the marketplace is coming next quarter, which is coming up real soon. I think their sale ends in about a month, like mid March, which it's like it's mid February now, so there's about a month left on it. And then Q4, fully decentralized service level management platform, be all up and running, good to go this year. Team, good team. You can click on that, look through it. Not a financial advisor, as always do your own research. Check everything out. I'll put links to the website so you can check it out. It's got their team, their advisors, their partners. The ratings with the ICO March and ICO Bench are very high. You can click on them and go read those also. There is 10 billion. They're putting 5 billion for sale. Yeah, live until March 15th. They have the join the Telegrams up here. I think that's the only besides contacting the team directly. Oh, there we go. Telegram, they have a Twitter, Facebook, and then you can read their blog, which is probably Medium. Okay. They should put those in, little buttons down there, because I've looked at this like 4 times and I knew they had a Twitter, but I didn't even think they had it on here. Okay. Let's just run over this real quick. Stacktical, it's a decentralized service level management. Like I said, it's kind of like an insurance where you're in 2 different parts, because it's insuring against breakdown of service or downtime or interruption, but it's also a reward system that can be used for employees. Service level agreement, business agreement that defines expectations, performance, and reliability of the service, and ways to settle disputes when agreed service levels are not met. Which, like I said, it's just an automatic. If your system that you needed or whatever you had that they were supposed to provide was down for 2 days, then it would give you the whatever the agreed upon amount would be, whether it's 2/30ths of the the bill that you would get, so on. Service providers need service level agreements for reliability and performance guarantees to their most demanding customers. SLA are they're costly to define, negotiate, monitor, and enforce. They take whole teams and sections of a company to do the QA, to follow up after people, to compensate. They would also be able to cut down on a lot of the customer service because it would be automatic. It'd be a lot more automated. They can only be offered to deep pocket providers with deep pocket customers or a premier or very expensive cost. Um, like Slack, I just got done working for TurboTax. Everything was in Slack, $11.75 per user per month. So I think there was like 1,000 people just on my team. That was so that's a lot of money that's being shelled out every month. Um, and the difference in GitHubs, they're very expensive. Increase efficiency and service level agreements to open up premium support for everybody, not just the giant corporations that can afford it. It automatically compensates users when service levels are not met and reward employees for their ability, which I've said like 10 times. Much like an insurance, but for downtimes. Less service management costs, streamlines definition of service level agreements using predictive technologies to make SLA programmatically updatable and automate their monitoring and enforcement with the self-executing properties of smart contracts, which is what I said like 10 times. Cuts down on labor costs because it's a lot more automated, self-executing, and uses smart contracts. Which is one thing with using. I think one of the biggest opportunities for insurance with in blockchain is the use of AI. There's a conference in Chicago that I was thinking about going to in May, and they had asked me to talk there about it. The the main thing with insurance and how they really keep most of their money is they kind of bog down things in legal red tape. Now, if you have a claim and it's a good claim, it's a solid claim, um, if it's for a death or a car, whatever, they can approve your claim. They have so long to approve it, but then in most cases they can wait 6 months to send you a check. Now, if you had someone pass away and you had a $500,000 insurance policy, they can hold that $500,000 for 6 months. That's 6 months of even at a bank making 0.5%, 1% interest. They're keeping making 1% on that $500,000 versus giving that money to you where you could invest even in a CD or something like that, and you're getting the interest on that for those 6 months. Just little things like that. And using AI, as soon as a claim is put in, if there's like 10 parameters that claim needs to meet, it meets the claim, and then with a smart contract, it pays out the claim. You get it. There's no reason to wait on it. If you've submitted everything and it's a valid claim, then a smart contract would execute and then send it out. Very automated, makes things a lot more streamlined, a lot quicker, a lot better. Better customer acquisition, which is one thing I touched on earlier. Stacktical stores proofs of scalability and auditable ledger of service level objectives, indicators, and violations that service providers can showcase to their customers. Kind of like the car commercials where they're touting all their reviews and awards. A company would be able to say, "Hey, we're rated this on Stacktical. We've never had this downtime. We only had 10% downtime over the past year versus these four other companies or exchanges or whatever. They're at 19.5%, 22% downtime. So so they have an auditable ledger that they can show. Better customer retention. It improves satisfaction of customers by automatically sending the DSLA tokens to SLA policyholders upon service level violations. More streamlined, easier. They don't have to call someone to argue with them or to complain to get their compensation. It's all automated. Statistical improves satisfaction of employees by automatically rewarding them for in DSLA tokens for meeting service level objectives. Like I said, if they meet those metrics, meet their QAs, they would be able to be rewarded. All right. provably trustable service provider. Stacktical gives customers access to transparent service level information about their providers so that they can make informed purchases, renewing cancellation decisions, increase quality of service. Stacktical lowers the premium of SLAs to enable individuals and small businesses that previously left out customers to reap the benefits of agreements and terms and increased reliability and performance. The automatic compensation went over, fast settlements, use a smart contract. Like I said, as soon as the terms are met, it gets sent out. It's just a little graph. You take your DSL, you stake them. If you have an outage, yes, then they enforce the smart contract. You get the compensation. Goes to the user. They can redeem it in the marketplace, or you can pull it out, put it in your wallet, and it's like any other crypto would go. You can use it to on an exchange or whatever. It is, of course, a utility token. Obviously, it's used in the ecosystem to run scalability audits, to define service level objectives, to create compensation pools, crowdfund compensation pools as an insurance and other stakeholder, to renegotiate SLAs and adapt policies for new stakeholder requirements, to reward developers that meet or employees that meet their service levels, and to redeem service collectibles in the Stacktical marketplace. It's a pretty it's pretty good. This thing is the pitch book, not the white paper, so you can read the white paper or go over this. Obviously, like I just touched on with my team when I was on TurboTax, very expensive for Slack. There's a huge market for it. And this just goes over how, the top 20 exchanges, not the little ones that you never heard of, the top 20 crypto exchanges were repeatedly down. They're down a lot. 51% of users cite lagging performance as to why they check out competition. And then banks must comply with a PSD2 by operating APIs and deploying SLAs. The future of customer service is decentralized. I really believe in that. I think it's going to be the biggest areas of blockchain because companies will be able to compensate customers more because they have to pay less for employees. They don't have to have as big a teams. They probably do away with a lot of departments in general just by using smart contracts and automation. Okay. And this is just some tweets about when different, angry people when their systems were down. If you remember back when Binance was down, was this 2000? Yeah, 2017. Private sale is done. Public pre-sale is done, and the public-private sale ends March 15th. I already went over that. Soft cap 1 million and hard cap is 3. This is one thing I really liked about the use of the proceeds. Everything looks, fine. I would like more for marketing because I think this is something that really needs to be marketed specifically to more of a commercial audience. But they have a huge amount put aside for exchange listings. As a member of a team of, and been an advisor on a lot of projects, it's one of the hardest things. After ICO, after it's done, you've got to go into the kind of the wolves den when it comes to all these exchanges, and they can be very, very expensive. It's hard to make sure you pick one that's the best for your project, that has good security, but that is not going to charge you, $500,000. So they have set aside a pretty good amount for exchange listings, which most projects don't even really think about that while they're setting this up. So that is really cool. Roadmap I've touched on. They're really getting towards the end here. Supposed to be up and good to go by Q4 this year. Been meeting their milestones. If you have the team, I went over all this on the main page. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. or head over to their Telegram or their Twitter. And of course, Facebook, you can send a message there, but usually Telegram's the place to go. That's about it on Stacktical. You guys take care. I appreciate the views. Remember to hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Kick it!